Alright YouTube, I apologize for the angle, but I guess this is the best the camcorder gonna give me right now. But what I really wanted to talk about was the new Call of Duty beta for World War II. It was fun for the most part until it got repetitive. I'm gonna get into that. So what did I like of the new Call of Duty? Originally I didn't have an answer for it. The best thing I can say was it's a new Call of Duty. Every year it's a new Call of Duty though. But I did like the kill streaks, you know, some of it felt a little bit different, like with the cocktails. I kind of like throwing the cocktails. You get 2 cocktails with 3 kills streaks, so the fighter pilot, it was kind of different. But really, there's no innovators with the kill streaks. It's just maybe like different avatars for them. It's the same thing, but I did like the kill streaks. Now, what did I want out of this game? Basically, I wanted that old Call of Duty feel from the first couple ones. You know, I wanted that Modern Warfare 2. I wanted that, really, I wanted that World at War. I've been waiting for a World at War 2. I really wanted this to be my World at War 2. It wasn't. It could have been the first Black Ops. It wasn't. In fact, this felt more like the last 5 Call of Duties with a slap with new avatars and a new theme. It just didn't feel innovative at all. It felt like the newer types, and I hated it. I really wanted that classic. They said they were going to go back to the roots. All they did was just put a World War II theme to it. I really hope that the beta is just a beta, you know, like it's nothing like the actual game. That's what I'm hoping for. What I also wanted was set up the classes how I wanted it. I wanted the freedom to put what perks I wanted. I wanted to level up these perks too. You remember that? You could level up perks back in the day? Yeah. And have much stronger. No, that wasn't the case. The whole theme of this new Call of Duty game is you're limited. You are forced to do what they want you to do. You're limited. You have no freedom. So basically, you got these division classes that are basically what the main perks you wanted, but you are forced to pick out of like these divisions, and I'm not happy with it. It's not like the Black Ops 3, where you got different characters that have maybe like different special things. Like you got one guy with a flamethrower. Basically, that's the one that everybody wanted. But or Advanced Warfare, you know, it had that Destiny they took where you go ahead and use different moves, you know, special moves. This just didn't have it, you know what I'm saying? So like you were forced to have a mountain mountain division, which you got your set up with the Dead Silence, the Blind Eye. Those are the 2 perks I always pick out of my Call of Duty games, and I'm forced to pick it in a division. You had one division, basically you could only have the bayonet. You could only run in one division. They had like the long sprints. Like I said, I'm not happy about being limited. You know, I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe it's just the innovative for you, but it's not innovating. You're limiting me, and you're calling that the actual innovation of a division. It's not. I wanted that sense of feeling accomplished. You know, I wanted to feel like I've achieved. Like how I used to in Modern Warfare 2, you went and got these the objectives, you got yourself these medals and accolades, and you just felt achieved. I don't get that feeling from this game. In fact, I get this, I'm just here grinding for levels to unlock. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like I've achieved nothing. I'm just leveling. And they upped the levels to 25 on the 2nd day. But the 2nd and 3rd day of the beta, I just felt like that's it. Once I got to level 25, that was it. It was no longer fun. It was just, okay, I leveled to the highest, and that's that. That's basically all this to the game. What I wanted, I told you I wanted to customize, but I really wanted to customize my character. I didn't want to feel limited to like, okay, you got your white guy, black guy, Asian guy, your white female, black female, Asian female. I didn't want that. I want to customize. I want to be like Fallout, Skyrim. I can customize my face. You remember how back in the day they was like, oh, we got this technology, you can put your face in the game? What happened to that? But I really wanted to make my character look unique. I didn't just want to have the same face and you just slapping different costumes on the, you just getting different items, you know. Well, actually, I kind of like that, getting different items. I just wanted more of it. I wanted something diverse. I want my character to be unique. I wanted to see, you know, clothing items and stuff that nobody's seen before. You know, it just really stands out. This game just had the same faces, the same costumes you could pick, you know, for your divisions, and I wasn't happy about it. I didn't feel new. I didn't feel it's the same Call of Duty, you know. I got down innovating. This game has zero innovation whatsoever. I just felt it's the same last year Call of Duty, the year before that. It does feel like a DLC pack of a different theme. I wanted them to take more mechanics like they did with Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare by, you know, taking certain elements of mechanics from games like Destiny, how they had the different gestures and dance moves. I know the dance moves was a gimmick. People didn't like it, but it grew on me. I wanted more of it because that's the stuff that stands out to me, you know. And really, Black Ops 3 is the last one that really stood out, you know. It felt a little fresher. It wasn't innovating, but I mean, it had those little gimmicks that stood out, you know. I really liked that. I really wanted them to go in a Titanfall 2 way. Titanfall 2 multiplayer is awesome. It's a sleeper hit, and a lot of people didn't buy the game, but I mean, it's everything you wanted from a sequel, you know. It jumped the ante and gave you everything you could want. I mean, there's so much depth. There's so much to the levels, you know. There's so much you could do. I really wanted it. I didn't get it. I didn't really care for the exosuits. I just mean, I wanted something that felt more over the top. Multiplayer just felt like every year multiplayer. I wanted battlefield mechanics. Well, we kind of sort of got those. Except we got the mechanics we didn't want. I wanted the Battlefield open world. You know, I wanted big maps that you could go to war with. Well, we did get a war map. But this deals with small mapping that it takes the fun away. It was not fun. The war map is not fun. You're limited to what you can do and what anybody can do. And I'm going to get more into that when I go into what I hated, which I'm about to do now. Actually, no, there's one more thing. I wanted better levels. These are the type of levels I really complained the most about. There's no depth to it. There's no strategy to it. There's nothing to it. This is the first Call of Duty game I hated every level of it. There's not a level I like. And that's strange because every beta or you know, game I got to that had a few maps, there was at least one I really liked. It has some good concepts. I like the trench level, but unfortunately, it's not what I wanted. You know, these levels remind me of, you know, those DLC packs that they sold. They had these small maps that you just ran into, and it was just a cheap cash cow. And that's how I feel. There's no depth to it. You just running from A, B to the middle. That's it. I don't know. I really hate the levels, you know. I mean, think back of Modern Warfare 3. Back when you're on the farm, you had these little trench-like things too, and then you had like somebody like hiding in the chicken pen. You had the little hay bundles. You wanted like who's in the hay areas, but to get a look over there, you had this little middle part from the trenches that stuck up, or hill you want to call it. You were like somebody could be in the middle. There's that little dead end that's by the little hay area. You like somebody always is laying down. You wonder if they try to snipe in that area. I mean, there's so much, I mean, that you had to strategize what you wanted to do. You had to really think where you wanted to go, how you wanted to go by this. The spawn system was pretty good, and you just like, this stood out. I really loved that level a lot, you know. And I didn't get that out of this. This was like you just run to one area, but really it's three main paths. This year you had some little extra little place you could run into, but they always go to these same three paths regardless. You know, I'll get more on that. But what I hated, I felt really limited in what I could do. Everything is linear, like the levels. The levels are small. You start from A and B. Let's put it this way. You got the north and you got the south. Okay. You're in the south, they're in the north, whatever you want to say. But everybody's running to the middle. That's where everybody meets to shoot up or whatever. But these maps are so small, it doesn't matter, you know. They got rid of the echo suits, so you didn't have to like fly to the other side or whatever. But this still defeats the purpose, so it doesn't matter. Because you're still flying into it, but you see everything in front of you already, you know. So it takes away from the strategy. It don't matter what kind of weapons you have, because you might as well just have SMGs. It doesn't matter if you got a sniper, because there's no real sniper points. When you get to an actual place that's a sniper point, they put a freaking machine gun there on both sides, so it really don't matter. Or, you know, on the opposite side, so you can't get no real good sniper thing. You just basically running with the sniper gun like a regular weapon. There's no strategy to these weapons. There's no strategy to the levels. It's just run and gun. You know, I understand it's an arcade thing, but it's nothing like these early Call of Duty ones that you really loved. It just takes away from everything. I'm forced to just run to the middle. This also gives me that bad spawn points. I like the Modern Warfare 3 spawns, even though people hate it because it was randomized everywhere. I also like the early Call of Duty games because you had the freedom in which you weren't just pinpoint right back to the start point. You weren't pinpoint back to your teammates. This game really forces you to be a team, but nobody's really playing as a team. They're doing themselves, but they're just running to the middle to get killed off. I really liked it where I could run a gun, get to the other side where the enemies were. They couldn't see you. But if your team moves a little slightly off, their spawn point is going to spawn right by you, so you could get a kill, and that enemy going to spawn right by you to kill you off. It takes away, you know. You can no longer get these high kill streaks unless you're in your area or going to what I hated as well. The enemy is in the back and they just waiting for you to come forward. This gets a whole new depth of camping as a team, to sitting there, and you got this open thing. I told you can see everything. It don't matter. You got these three paths, main paths. And I hate these small maps. I mean, I like big maps that has so much you can do, you know. I like the World at War, where you had all these little village huts you could go into. You had the middle where it was like a rubble, like these big houses that just fell apart, and there's different levels you could go to. I mean, you could do more, and you had to strategize, like, who's in this sniper building right here, but I could go this other path to get to him from behind. There's nothing like that. You see like tanks, but you can't get on the tanks. It's just a prop. You see things in the map you can't do. Like I said, you're limited. You may be like, oh man, there's a nice little hill. Let me get on that hill. No, that's just for show. You're just jumping into a dead end. You know, you feel like you're at a dead space or the end of the map. You know. I said, I really wanted to get on top of that tank. You know, you have a better eye view. No, it's just there. It's just taking up space. And everything is just like, you're running, and then you got maybe a building you can go into that maybe has 1 level, 2 level, but you can see who's up there. It's no strategy. Most of the people go there, you know. They go to these buildings anyway, so basically you're just going to a pinpoint. I hate it. I don't like being limited, you know. I like what I see, I should be able to go to. I should be able to interact with. I shouldn't just be into a linear path that just goes to the middle. I hate the spawn system. You always spawn back to your base. You know, it's not like Battlefield where you can pick A, B, or to the side or whatever. You just there just run to the middle. I hate it. I also hated they took away level kills. You never what was it? What was the game? Was it Advanced Warfare? Nah, I can't remember which one it was, but they had the level kills. Remember where you could actually it's Ghosts. Ghosts had the level kills, which you had a certain maybe nuke type that you could use. You remember where you could be Michael Myers and run around after people. You could be the alien at this temple area. You remember where they used to have level kills? That was the last innovating thing that Call of Duty did, you know, as for multiplayer. And to me, I enjoyed it. What happened to them? Who said we had to take that away? Why did you take that fun factor away? I don't know. But I kind of wanted that back. That wasn't there. I hate that every map that they gave you was small maps. And this included the war. In fact, let's get to the war. Okay. The war is kind of like a Battlefield thing, but instead it's limited. It's a small map. You just run to either building and you got 4 different objectives to do. But it doesn't matter. The map is so small, you just run this dead to the middle and either you're shooting or you got that person waiting for you to snipe you out of pinpoint. It's not fun. It's so small, you're just running to the middle to shoot. And there's nothing there for you to really, you know, hide behind, be around, or strategize. There's no strategy to the war. I hate that. Unlike Battlefield, you maybe have like all the way on the side, you have a sniper point, you have this building you could go into, and I mean, you don't get that. You're running to the same 3 pinpoints, left, right, up into the middle. You may have a little building here or something, but it always goes back to that main path that forces you to go to it, to meet up into the middle. You shoot, you're supposed they're rebuilding a bridge. You can only see a certain part of the bridge, but like I said, they got an area. It's northwards or south. That's all it is. And I understand that's how it's supposed to be, but it's not like how it used to be, where it felt like fun. All the fun mechanics are gone. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but I mean, it takes away. The division perks, like I was saying, you're forced to certain classes. You're forced to pick a certain class that has these perks. The boot camp perks are awful. I didn't like any of the boot camp perks. Compared, you know, I think all the good ones are at the end, because I wanted a 3rd attachment for the gun. It wasn't there. I use mostly gunslinger, where you can just shoot while sprinting or diving. And drop shots are bad. You got your drop shots and your dolphin dives, but the jump mechanic feels broken for some reason. I don't like how you jump in the game. You could tell who has the modded controllers and who don't, because their drop shots will be like instantly, you know, compared to like when you try to do it and you go into a knee, then to the floor. You can tell who really has the modded controllers. This game has no auto aim assist, so really you're moving it. You got to lock on to the characters yourself instead of you had that little assist, that little oomph that's gone. I hated the point where you had like, you know, the hits. If you got a bayonet, you got that instant kill. But they took away from the instant kill if you don't have that in the division class. Instead, you got to use the butt twice. I shouldn't have to hit somebody twice. As soon as I go into a hit, it should do an instant kill. But I figured later on in the game, you're going to have these unlocks of new weapons, new knives, new, you know, such and such, and that's going to be where it's at, you know. That's something I hate. This the cash cows, you know. You got these chests you can unlock, these tokens to unlock it, and the legendaries are hard to get. It forces you for the cash cow. I hope that's not the case, but it's done it in all the previous ones. Infinite Warfare was another one. Black Ops 3 was huge in it. They even did it with the Modern Warfare Remaster. Modern Warfare Remaster was fun for when it first started, but when they broke their promise by charging you for the DLC. $5 more than what it used to be as well. It killed it off. It put more events, and you had to buy these crates to get the best stuff. Some of the events were long enough for you to do it, but like I said, most people just didn't want to take the time. They went ahead and bought the item. It takes the fun away. It's you don't feel like you achieved nothing. There's no accomplishments, you know. Basically, it's the same prior Call of Duties with a lack of paint on it. It don't feel nothing new. They could have got a new game engine. I would have been happy if they went ahead and got the Frostbite system, you know, an engine. I wouldn't care if it looked like Battlefield. I just wanted something different. I didn't want it to look the same, just with different avatars. It limits you. Like I said, it also forces you to really depend on grenades. You will see a lot of grenades in this game, you know, and your 3-kill perk with the cocktails, you will see a lot of that, you know. And so, like I said, there's only 3 main paths, so it ruins the gameplay and fun mechanic when you're just throwing in the same 3 paths, and a lot of times you will get a kill doing that because it sucks. Alright, talk about war. I talked about the spawn system I don't like. I like how I could run to the end of the map. I could run to this side. The enemy might be in the building, on a different level of the building. There's a subterranean level. I don't get that. I never got that. And because these maps are so small, it takes away from the authenticity of the weapon. It don't feel like there's much difference of the weapons, you know. It didn't give me that oomph. Like, oh man, you know, these are authentic feeling. It don't matter what weapon class you have. The SMGs, once again, runs this Call of Duty. All you gotta do is put high fire rate on them, and whatever you choose, you know what I'm saying. Put that full metal jacket on them, and that's it. It don't matter if you shoot first. The SMGs will win. It overpowers every gun on there, you know. Even some of the sniper guns that takes 2-hit kills, you know. It's supposed to be 1, but I've hit twice or 3 times and they still living, you know. So I don't know how that really runs, you know. It's just the weapons ain't as good as prior, like Modern Warfare 3. I really enjoyed the weapons. Black Ops, I like the weapons. Even Black Ops 2, I like the weapons. But this, it don't matter. Just get yourself an SMG, you know. All these other guns just worthless to me. I didn't like it. There's no real feeling to it. Why? Because the levels don't take advantage of it. There's no strategy to it. And the kill cams. Call of Duty has, for some reason, it was not broken, let's break it feel to it. Last year, they broke the leaderboards, the accolades. They didn't put it into the game too much later on, and it still didn't feel right. It didn't give me that accomplishment I really wanted from that game. I couldn't tell nothing, and it's sad because the beta had the leaderboards. So their beta was good, and the game sucked. I hate to say it, but the game sucked. It's the worst Call of Duty. And I have a feeling this might be the worst Call of Duty than that. I hope World War II is not the worst Call of Duty. I'm hoping the beta was just bad and the game is good. That's what I'm hoping for, because I really disliked this beta. I didn't like it. It was fun for a little while, but it got repetitive. I felt like I'm just doing it just the level, you know. And that's something else. Well, their solution of this is making the leveling longer. If you notice, last year it just felt like it was a harder time to level up. It took more points to prestige. This one, even so the level cap was at 25, it took some time to get to 25 compared to like how I used to breeze through all the way up to like the late 30s, early 40s. I'm just not feeling it. The kill cams, it's no longer the kill cam. In fact, you could have the winning team and the enemy will still get the final kill cam, because it goes by Overwatch's gameplay of the match. but that's broken because you could do something spectacular and still not be in it. They set it up to how many deaths you can get. Or, I mean, not deaths, but how many kills you can get. So if somebody got 6 kills, they're going to get play of the cam kill, whatever you want to call it, you know. Like I said, you got a spectacular, super duper kill and not get it. I hate it. I hate that they done it. I mean, at least if your team won, somebody on your team should get the play of the game, at least, you know. It shouldn't be if the enemy did something and they get it. That's BS to me. I hate it. And that's mostly what I know I got some things missing, but I just feel like things are broken. Once again, they took something from Battlefield and it just ruined the experience, like these menus. I really dislike how they did the menu setup, you know. It makes things more complicated than it was supposed to. Nothing was wrong with the original menus for the Call of Duty. You had your little set up your classes, you pick that. Instead, you gotta go out, go to the right, go down. You may see your classes, but you still can't pick nothing yet. You still gotta press right to get into it. It makes things more complicated. You're on a timer, you know, before the next match begins, and I just can't get everything lined up the way I want it. I have to actually exit the lobby to set up my characters at times for different items or different perks or whatever to really think. You know, I don't want to be pressured like that. Why do you have to break something that's never been broken before in a Call of Duty game? I don't understand that. The beta didn't have no leaderboards or where you could see your accolades or medals stacked up. So like I said, that's probably another reason, because the prior games, you know, I will play the newest Call of Duty game, even so it's not that good. I stuck with Infinite Warfare, and even so, you know, Black Ops 3 was still getting some new stuff. You know, I was still playing the Infinite Warfare. I stuck with the Modern Warfare remake until, like I said, they started wanting you to pay for the crates for new items, the DLC they charged you for. I went back to Infinite Warfare. But one thing I do know is every new Call of Duty game that comes out, I've been playing lesser and lesser of. Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops, I stayed on that all year till the next game came out. Okay, I didn't really play nothing until that. I was addicted to it. It was just that fun. I don't get that feel from it nowhere. I'm no longer addicted. I played until I get bored, and I get bored quick up because it's very repetitive. There's no strategy to it. There's everybody meet up into the middle. I hate the North versus South. Get up there. There's that old Civil War type movement, and you just shoot. I don't like that. I like to run a gun out. I like to be, you know, even so as a team, I like to be my own little solo mercenary, go out there, and I used to get these high kill streaks. I've gotten like 100-something kills all Modern Warfare 3 per match, and people are like, how you got to the hundreds, you know? I can't do that no more. You know, you can't get these high kill streaks unless you're just camping and really you're by your teammate. That way, if enemy comes, you're selling your teammate up the river or throwing them under the bus to be killed, you know? I think I got to Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is where I basically played to the last DLC, and I didn't even play the last DLC. I just stopped. What came after that? Ghost came out. Once again, I got to like the third DLC, stopped. Advanced Warfare, I really disliked. I mean, there's certain things of it I liked, but it just felt the same old, and I got to the second DLC, stopped. Black Ops 3 I played a little bit more, but I played it in sections. You know, I stopped and then come back to play it. New DLC come out, I came back, you know, see the new stuff they put in. So it kept me coming back, you know. Black Ops 3, like I said, brought it back, you know, but it didn't give me that newish feel like Ghosts did, you know. Ghosts had those big levels that had actually stuff, but people hated that Fortress map for some reason. I enjoyed it. I wish there was a little bit more stuff in the back, you know, instead of like 2 sniper points, but I enjoy big levels that you really gotta think what to do, or those medium maps. You be like, okay, I got this wall here that separates me from the other half. I can go underneath. I can go into this tunnel. I mean, there's no strategy. You're just meeting up in the middle, you know. That's it. Infinite Warfare is the one game that I didn't play most of. I hated Infinite Warfare. Even so, it was the new one. I tried coming back to it. I did come back to it after, you know, I got tired of the Modern Warfare remaster. But if World War II is the same old as Infinite Warfare, I'ma hate it. And I'm saying, I'ma wish they had a Modern Warfare 2 remake. Just it's just a game by itself. There's no second game with it, unfortunately. I don't know. I'm just not feeling this new one so far. I'm hoping that the game has so much more to it. That's what I really think. Let me know what you think. You know, maybe your opinions are different from mine. I don't want to drag this any longer because I keep going by the same things. So, let me know. Enjoy.